For those who somehow have been refusing to believe that the marriage between Meri Brown and Kody Brown is in shambles, allow us to present unimpeachable evidence. It comes in the form of Sunday night's brand new Sister Wives episode and what each spouse said about the other when it came to their past, their present, and their very questionable future. The latest installment was filmed several months ago, and it centered on the early days and weeks of the COVID-19 pandemic. Each woman remained hunkered down in her Flagstaff home at the time, with Kody traveling among his spouses and their residences. But what if a sister wife actually contracted this potentially deadly virus? The question was posed to Robyn, Janelle, Christine, and Meri. "This is the first time it's ever even come up in my mind," Kody said on air. "If Robyn was to get sick, my first reaction would be I need to be there to nurse her and help basically take care of Solomon and Ariella. Yes, if you're sick and you need to be taken care of, I'm going to have to come and do it, so that would go for any wife, period." Would it though? You know, I think if I were to get sick, I would tell Kody to stay away. My kids are old enough that they can take care of themselves, said Janelle, who has 6 children with her selfish and sexist husband. God forbid something really horrible happens to me and I end up in the ICU or something like I need one of their parents whole and well. Christine also has 6 kids with Kody and responded as follows to this hypothetical scenario. "If we got sick in our house, Kody wouldn't come over. There's no way. We would quarantine ourselves and just hunker down ourselves and do our best to doctor each other while we're all sick," she said. "We would just quarantine even more so, but definitely Kody wouldn't come over if we got sick." As for Meri, who Kody has admitted he never really tries to see, if she were to fall ill, nothing would happen, the mother of one said on Sunday's episode, adding, "I would just be at home alone sick. Nobody comes over here anyway, we don't see each other." But Kody said that if any of his wives got sick, he would go over there and take care of them, a director told her. "I disagree with him," Meri replied. Where did things go so wrong between these two? We found out on the same episode because Kody did actually drive to Meri's house, thinking he would be seeing daughter Mariah Brown and Mariah's fiancé Audrey Chris, who had been staying with Meri since arriving in Arizona from Chicago. Except Mariah and Audrey had actually left for Utah to help manage their mom's bed and breakfast. "I've been away from Meri for quite a while. I haven't even seen Audrey and Mariah yet," Kody said on the drive over. "Meri wanted to talk to me, so I'm headed over to her house." Upon Kody's arrival, the spouses sat apart from one another in the driveway. Kody, who was excited to see his daughter in Audrey, asked how the engaged pair was doing, prompting Meri to break the news that they were no longer at her place. "Mom's here, they're up there running the bed and breakfast," she told Kody, highlighting how infrequently the two communicate. That happened about a week ago. Kody later said in a confessional that he was disappointed that he couldn't see his daughter, further wondering why the bed and breakfast was even being kept in business. During her own confessional, a director remarked that Meri was teasing Kody and stringing him out on the day he came to her house by not disclosing that their child had departed. "I was not teasing. Was I teasing? I don't think I was teasing him. Kody and I don't talk," she said. "How do I say that? It's going to make him look like a jerk for not calling me and me look like a jerk for not calling him. We do not communicate." After Kody bristled at getting too close to Meri due to social distancing and all, the latter got really annoyed. "Just stay away from me. Just stay away from me, Kody," she told her spiritual husband. The remark prompted Kody to burst out into laughter as he recalled the first time Meri ever said that to him. "That didn't work out very well for you the last time around. I don't think you should say that to me anymore," Kody told Meri, who laughed. To what Kody was referring here, Meri's embarrassing and public catfishing scandal in 2015. Way back then, Meri really tried to break free from her marriage, meeting someone online who she believed to be a potential mate. But it turned out to be a woman playing a cruel joke, and Kody hasn't really been able to forgive Meri since or be intimate with her. "About 5 years ago, Meri and I were in a bad place," Kody said on this new episode. "She basically asked me to stop staying at her house, and ultimately what happened is she went through an experience where she was catfished by a person pretending to be somebody else." He said Meri's online relationship turned out to be extremely exploitative and abusive. "And from that experience, Meri and I sort of saw our marriage just dissolve." The episode even flashed back to Meri discussing the scandal with Kody in Las Vegas in 2015. Said Meri in the old footage, "When I started talking to this guy, we're becoming friends and we're laughing, and he was saying all the right things to make me trust him and make me think that he was this real person that really cared." Alas, poor Meri. Back in the present, she told the camera, "So what Kody is referring to is about 5 years ago, he was more distant than I wanted him to be. At night, I just wanted him to put his arm around me, and I couldn't sleep because I felt the coldness coming from him. At the same time, I couldn't sleep because of this outside situation." Along similar lines, Meri said on a recent Sister Wives episode that she was in need of daily hugs, but Kody never provided any. "I did not manage the situation well," Meri admitted of the 2015 scandal. "I said to him, can you just not stay here for a while? Can we just take a break for a minute?" He took it as, "Go away and don't ever come back, because that's what he's done." And that's not what I meant. I was just like, can we just take a break so I can get through some stuff? And so for him to say, "That didn't work out very well for you last time," I'm feeling like, okay, you're right, it didn't work out at all. But that's not what I was saying. Kody confessed the two have never come back together from that, concluding, "The Catfish situation and basically the year before it, whatever happened, it just got flippin' ugly. And even a year into living in Flagstaff, I was still dealing with a lot of bitterness about our past. In the past few months, I've been able to really let that go for myself, and I feel more friendly with Meri than I have felt in 6 or more years." And yet, things are very dark between the couple, as both have said. And also, Kody still doesn't desire to get busy with Meri. "It doesn't mean I've got any romantic inclinations within our marriage," he said of their status. This installment was shot a very long time ago, and Meri's mom died over the weekend. We send her our heartfelt condolences. That's it for now, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to stay tuned.